Okay, good late Friday morning. This will be the last video today, although I could do something after the market. Uh, get one or two out, especially with good news kind of things. All right, let's jump into GDXY. As you guys know, I'm very bullish on this thing going forward. No, it doesn't have a super high IV, but I think this is going to really perform because what I always tell anyone about yield max, income first, but be neutral to bullish. If you see it bearish where the underlying is going to decline, go down 5, 10, 15, 20% in weeks at a time, you don't want to be chasing yield and have NAV erosion, right? I mean, once in a while, they can all run up 50% and then pull back, half of the 50% move up, and, you're collecting. And like I said, on some of these, and a lot of them, we can hedge, right? And I'll share a lot of information when the chart pattern says it's very likely going to go down for a while. But I'm talking about a bear market where most of the movement is down and there's the occasional movement up, right? So because a bull market goes up big amounts, pulls back some, goes up, pull back some. Well, a bear market goes down big, bounces up a little bit, goes down big, bounces up, so you have to really understand, are you in a bull or bear market within a stock? And when is that changing, right? So with GDXY, this is just the underlying index is so undervalued, right? The metals themselves are massively high, right? Gold's at very close to all-time highs. I see 2600 within a month or two. See 3,000 very likely. That could happen in a month or two, but by the end of the year, I see 3,000. Years after that, I see higher numbers, right? I mean, looking at gold, I see 7,500 gold in 4 to 5 years. So that means these miners that dig it out of the ground, energy is their biggest cost, and oil could go to $200 a barrel, but still, they're going to be able to substantially raise their earnings. If NVIDIA can do it with higher priced GPUs that are in demand until they aren't, or until the competition comes in and knocks them off. And ultimately, the same thing happens in commodities. Ultimately, there'll be so many mines, and exploration and everything that these boom and bust cycles go on. And I wouldn't say it's relatively easy to predict, but these gold mining stocks, nobody wants them. They all want NVIDIA, NVIDIA, they all want super micro, they want all of the FOMO and the top stocks, which there may be some that hang on. I love Palantir. And by the way, it'll probably be 3 months, but they're going to have a Palantir fund. It's one of those tech stocks that I think plays very well in the war cycle. I mean, I'm not pessimistic, but there's just so many neocons on both sides of the aisle in the U.S. that, war is what they like. And it's a horrible thing for people. And I always say if the politicians had to go fight the wars themselves, they probably wouldn't want a war. So anyway, moving on, I'm bullish on hard assets going forward over the next 3, 5, 6 years. It's a commodity-oriented market. There's going to be some technology that does okay, but maybe we get 80% in the Dow or something in the next 7 years, and gold miners are probably going to be up 4 to 5 times on the big guys and 5 to 10 on the smaller miners who have started their mines. So this is going to be a long time bull market, multiple years. So it should be really good. So I'm excited about that. I like uranium. I like oil. So as they do more commodity-oriented things, I like that. Doesn't mean I won't own some Palantir if they do that, and a few select stocks, right? I still think Amazon has a pretty bright future. You know, there's a few in there. All right, let me jump into this. We need to wrap it all up tonight. So let's go and see what happened here, right? So 105. So we went from 35.19 to 35.56 in GDX. Now our weekly calls are at 36. So we have some at 35.50. We're above, but it's a small amount. The 1,000 contracts is at 36. So we really want to capture that. Again, we don't pay this month, right? We're not going to declare on June 5th for GDXY. And it's already got about 80 or 90 cents. So I love this, right? It's heading in the right direction. So we were up 99 tenths of 1%, right? So 105 and call it 1. So we just about replicated the movement. Because we being GDXY, got 25,000 shares, right? Could have gotten more, but that's the number that they do in the creation unit, even 25s. So what they did was they went out, I'll show you the synthetic in a moment. So this is our sheet, right? Buy, call, sell short on our synthetic, our 38s out on July 19th, 135 contracts. Because we are below that, we're able to buy the call cheaply and sell the put. So it puts money in the piggy bank. And then we go and we sell a 36.50 for next week. I almost said next month, for next week. Okay, so here's the 38 cents. Since it's it's a small amount of contracts relative, and we're not getting dollars for these, we're getting cents. It's only 5,000. But again, everything's relative to the size of the contracts. Oh, I didn't update this, but there's a little bit more money in the account. I'll update it. You're not gonna, nothing critical there, nothing super important. But when you get shares in, you always have a little more cash. And they deployed a large percentage of that cash. So let's go look at the 38. So today on 5:30, right? We bought the calls for 93 cents. We sold the puts for $2.78. So that put the difference, right? 25,000. So we went from 72 to 97. Even those are negative numbers, they're positive in the piggy bank. Now overall, we have a liability. Anytime you're doing this and you're underneath this number, but we have till 7/19, not a worry, right? So this profit number went from 72 to 97, so we threw a little bit more in our payout pool, right? I'll come back on this, but that jumped us in our synthetics went 72, so that 40 whatever it was is now 67 cents. This went up, oh, did I actually, let me check. That might have gone up a little more. P11. Let's see where May is. I think I needed to go, yeah, I needed to go to P14. But it's not a lot. 5,000 over 220 is probably a couple pennies. So let's go do that, right? When you know these spreadsheets so well. So there we go, right? 26 cents. I back it off, 24, put it back on, 56, or 26. Hey, that's nice, 96 cents we could pay out, right? But normally they don't pay all of this, especially when they have this. But guys, we're not even 2 weeks into this, right? Maybe we're 2 weeks, right? What are the actual number of trading days? Yeah, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 and 4. 2 weeks, but since this was a holiday week, so we're 8 trading days in, and tomorrow we'll have 9 trading days, and they've generated $1. Sweet, right? Now, are they going to have to give any of this back? This latest 5 is for the following week. I don't think so, right? So I color-coded the weeks. But look, this one we're slightly over, so if we run up too far, but that's less than 1/10 of these guys. So this is the one that really matters, right? So we've captured 53% of the money. Let's look at it in holdings. So of this 31, we could buy it back for 12. If we stay 36 or under, that goes to zero and we get the full 31,000, right? So when I say we have 96, let's see after tomorrow, right? I'm neutral to bearish on GDX for the next week or two. And then I think it starts to take off in later June and July and August and could be up pretty substantial. So you want to be in this fund. You have to be in today. Probably not. It's not paying a dividend. But probably it's going to be higher priced, right? It could drop a little over the next 2 weeks. Again, I can't know exactly. But I have a good suspicion that GDX isn't going to do a whole lot. But honestly, with gold and with geopolitical, this thing could just break out because gold, senses more conflict somewhere, right? China could come in and invade Taiwan and, gold would go through the roof and this would take off. So you've got a fear factor kind of things. Am I predicting that? No, don't think so. But just giving you an indication and knowing precious metal stocks and trading them for a full decade in 2000 up to 2011, I saw and learned a lot. So it should be beneficial for us here. Okay, nothing else in holdings. I ran through and updated all this. We're trading, oops, is this G9? Yeah, did I update? Let me look. 43, 14, 6, 6, 7. Yeah, rounded and a half to 8. Okay, so we're, oh, this, I didn't update this. That's the problem. Okay, I knew we were 19,997, something like that. If you go back and look at May $19.78, right? So my little thing after 4 digits just says, hey, we're going to round you up. So 1920 versus fair value at 1918. So it's setting pretty sweet. Yeah, you're giving up getting paid right away on your money, but you're securing a seat at the table and you're getting in at a pretty cheap price. I gotta say on this fund. I'm anticipating this is a coney, right? I think you're gonna a coney here. We could get all our money back next year, right at the same time frame. So that's why I'm getting positioned. In my previous knowledge and trading and following the markets and knowing this cycle for that decade that I traded it, I turned 300,000 into 2 million during that decade. So I'm pretty bullish again. We're long overdue, and I'll show you guys some charts going forward. All right, I've said enough on all this. I like GDXY. Buy some if you want to own it. Wait if you want to own it. I think you can wait a week or two, but you never know with these. Okay, Bruce out. That's, yep. Let me take one look at holdings again. I'm in it. Payout, doesn't matter. Okay, so not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's for fun and entertainment. Hope you are entertained. Good Friday to all of us tomorrow. That will determine some much accurately after the weekend, and I'll put out all my payout projections and update a lot. Okay, see ya. Bye.